Welcome back to another episode of Felicia's driving and letting her brain just dump out here onto the phone, camera, internets. Did I just say internets? I didn't mean that. That's not a Freudian slip. So at the end of my last video, I said I was going to talk about like how awesome it is to have friends who make you feel like shit. And I really like that idea, and so we're going to talk about it. I have a couple people in my life who are like my go-to persons when I need real honest advice. If I need someone to be honest with me, not say what I want to hear, not just be positive and encouraging, like I want to hear the tough stuff. There's a couple people that I have that I go to, and they are my people. My first friend, who has been my person in this way for several years, honestly. At the start of our friendship, I actually had people who would contact me and say, "Hey, this friend of yours is kind of a bad person. Trying to watch how I'm swearing. Like, he's really mean. Why is this person your friend? And why do you listen to them?" And so it's really hard for me to explain to people that was one of the things I really valued about my friendship with that person, is that they were going to ask the tough questions, like Jiminy Cricket style. If it's, "Oh, well, why do you think you're upset about this thing?" "Oh, well, I think I'm upset because of this, this, and this." Like, he has no problem saying that's bullshit and you know it. What's the truth? And then I would have to stop and think about it and really be honest with myself and figure that out. My friendship with him has helped me through a lot of really hard stuff. I don't always agree with what he says. I don't always like what he says. But I know that he's being the best friend that I could ask for, especially in that moment. So then I said in the other video about Morgan, how I was really glad that she made me feel like shit. Not excited about that car that just kind of like almost killed 3 people. But I value people who make me be more reflective and think more critically about myself and about my decisions and my feelings and emotions about things. So when I watched this video that Morgan posted today about the affirmations and self-sabotage, procrastination, and letting go of past wants that you no longer need, that really, at first I was like, don't make me think about this, don't talk about this, I don't want to hear this, like, I can't do both my ears because I'm driving, like the whole I'm not listening thing. That was my initial reaction, was ignore it or deny that I do that. But then, watching the video, I'm realizing, your girl does that. Your girl does that a lot. So it is an opportunity for me to be honest with myself. And I mean, all of my friends are great people. And sometimes we do need a yes man. Sometimes we definitely do need that person who's like, no, you're really capable, you're smart, you're, whatever people say about me, I don't know. And that's great. And like I said, sometimes we need that person to just lift us up when we can't lift ourselves up. But sometimes when we get up a little too high, it is nice to have a friend who's going to knock you off of that and make you start over, to make you reevaluate, to make you create a new foundation that's stronger and better. And so I'm really grateful for that. And I don't really know how I want to wrap this video But I do want to challenge you guys to find someone like that. A friend who's going to be brutally honest with you when you need it. But also someone who, you know, if you do need someone just to lift you up, you know, you don't want someone who they just treat you like shit all the time. That's not a good friend. Find someone who treats you like shit when you need to be treated like shit, if that makes any sense. And hold on to that person. And if you can't find a person like that, or if you don't know anyone like that, or you don't feel comfortable letting someone else do that, become that person for yourself. When something happens and you have an emotional response to it, or you do something and you're not really sure of your motives, ask yourself why. And then after you answer that, really think about it. Really think about if that's you being honest with yourself, because there's really no point in lying to yourself. Why lie to yourself? So I want to challenge you guys to seek out honesty, brutal honesty, the hard truth, and embrace it, even when it makes you uncomfortable, especially if it makes you uncomfortable. So do that. Maybe try to learn to be that friend for somebody else too. You never know, someone else might need that kind of friend. We're on a curve. And let me know. Do you have a person like that? Do you not? How do you feel about that idea of having like a mean friend? And we'll talk about it. Does that sound good to you guys? Sounds good to me. So I love you. We'll talk soon. And you guys stay amazing, okay? Love you.